I'm not live, am I? I am. Do you know what? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Right. Let's have a look here. Do you know what? It's as funny as old tricks is this, because on the one hand, I've put that we're going live at 8 o'clock. Then when you go on StreamYard and it says, "Oh, schedule your time," and then in bottom corner it says +1 hour GMT. So I'm like, well, that must be 7 for 8 o'clock, because last time I put it for 8 o'clock and it said something different. And Aussie Dave pulled me and said, "You've set your time wrong. It should be 1 hour plus," and da-di-da. God above. I've sent invites out to Ro and Paul to come and join me. So let me just have a look. John Alec, I am Mark, I am Johnny, all right, out is Mark, all right. Cheeky shit. Evening, guy. Oh, that's me. Right. ADP, evening, Mark, evening, John. So what I am trying to do is I'm trying to I'm trying it on laptop again. And it's really weird because when I look at my phone, which is up here on a stand, and people that do vlogging and one thing or another, you know what I mean. And here on laptop, the camera is literally smack in front of the screen. So shaky, that'll me. What do I need to do? I need to, let me just have a look here. So bear with me. Talk between your sends. Oh my God. I want to do that. Undo that. So what you guys should see now is club page. That's what I'm hoping that you can see. And I'm just going to go through that. I do have to keep tripping back so I can see who's doing what. So at the minute you've got me hopefully in one side and Sesco club page on other. Let's just have another quick look through comments. Evening all, and they're coming through thick and fast now, which is why I wanted the boys on. Evening, Mark and chat. It's just me at minute, mate. I have sent the invoices. I've been at work all week. I have sent the invites out, but unfortunately, they're not dropping on yet, aren't the boys? Yeah, can see the club page. Right. So what I'll do is I want to drop back onto that tab. And hopefully you can see what I'm sharing. Up at the top, we've got the banner. Let's start there, okay? New guy, Derek, came to us this year in the Lawson Hut and said, "Oh, this is your model club, then, mate? Yeah, I'll have a bit of that." And he came once, then he came twice, because we always do two free sessions down at club before we make you get your wallet out. Although most people do stay, and Derek's a great guy. And in recognition for the work that the lads and lasses do down at club, what we normally do is we sort of run a little bit of a competition where Sean from SGS Models will pick. If you can hear noises, it's me. Sean from SGS Models will pick a winner. I'm looking for my bloody phone now. Pick a winner, and that person will make banner. Unfortunately, this time we didn't quite do that. What have I not done with it? Oh, it's here. Chuff me. God above. I am absolutely going crackers. Sean didn't come, so I chose the banner. Which in this one, what Eric's like I said, lovely chap is Derek, and Yeah, I know, mate. So I made him the banner, okay, and I do try and overlay club bird on as well. So members, we are moving. Let's get this show on the road. We are moving. We're moving to saying, you know, come down and see us. Okay, and then I was hoping that the lads were going to join on, but unfortunately, I've got no sign of Paul, and I've got no sign of Rue or Jean. If you can see me, I'm now on my phone saying to them two, "Where are you?" And the bubbles haven't dropped down, so they haven't read the message. Starting at the top, then that's myself. So Luke from Black Rifle, he did a tornado earlier on in the year. I know that he started another one, and sort of said to me, you know, we had a chat 2 or 3 weeks since, 5 6 weeks since, and said let's get a bit of armor on, Mark. Let's see what you like. So he sent me a Tamiya 1 in 35 Chieftain, little Union Jack, and a little, I don't know if you can see that or not, a little club flag as well. The white there is just lead wire, and again, it's sort of like I got a little bit in front of myself, really. I was going to post on and say, what do people use for aerials? But I know that Paul in Liverpool, who's supposed to be guest hosting tonight with me, uses guitar string. But I just I got a little bit in front of myself and just used a little bit of lead wire. Okay. The flags, how did I do the flags? That was just an image chased down off Google. Emailed it to myself because I've got my email at work. Sent it to print, scaled it down, and literally just printed out, you know, quite a few copies of flags, and then I've obviously cut them out, PVA glued them back to back, and stuck it around that little bit of wire. That's how I did that. First time really doing mud effects, and I'm hoping that you can see a little bit of mud sort of hanging off certain areas and down these sides. I'm going to spoil my own YouTube video now, aren't I? My build video, and that's all that there down at the bottom. That is Vallejo thick mud, which I did have to water down a little bit. Okay, just to sort of like get it going. I've tried to be subtle, but I've tried to be noticeable at the same time, and hopefully you can see that along that edge. Blue berets for the tank guys. Micro crystal clear in there. Obviously, that's what we're doing to create that little bit of glass effect. And the white that's in there, I've literally just put the crystal clear in there, but I have had to take the turret off and stand it up with the gun pointing up, obviously to put that piece flat so that PVA settles down into that circle, because apparently that's a searchlight. Okay, it is finished. Technically, it is finished, but I am going to get some AK interactive door scrim. It's like a wood side view. side view. That was after I'd mudded it all up. So all your little speckles down here, all that you can see, that is the flicking of the paintbrush technique. And then the yellow and the dark tones that you can see, that is Humbrol weathering powder. Again, just sort of stippled on. And how I did that was I got my putty, thinned it down with a little bit of Mr. Colour thinner, and made a sloppy paste, and then just sort of pasted it on along that rim. Waited a while it had set, obviously, and then attacked it with the Vallejo thick mud, just to give it a little bit blurry, but the top is in focus. You can see it down here. I showed these pictures to a couple of people this afternoon. Dalio said that it looked like it had melted the plastic. And you're not far wrong. Flag looks all right, actually. Once that wire gets substituted for some proper stiff wire, that'll look a lot better. And you can see the PVA glue in there. Now, I don't know if you're watching on your phone or your laptop, your tablet, but what you can see there is it's a little bit white around this side, and that's obviously because when I've put it on with the cocktail stick, it has started. So it has started to go down. Okay. He's walking back up. We're backing back up, and you can definitely see it there. It's dropped down. That is flat. That's flat. Okay. Flags, subtle colours across the top, stipple in motion with the Humbrol powders. All this in here, that's all done by just literally colouring it in with a pencil. Okay. And again, another back shot. Quite happy with it. Close up of the mud. Let me just go back to my StreamYard broadcast and see what we've got. See who's in. Did I have any problems joining up the tracks? Says Graham. Graham, I cannot tell a lie. I cannot tell a lie, mate. I did buy the Takom Chieftain tracks separately in the hope that they were going to be a piece, and a pin. It turns out actually just a piece and a piece and a piece and a piece and a piece. Just in case you're thinking of getting this set of tracks, I might as well show you. So if I offer that up, and you can see it's this one. So you can see on this one, it's literally just piece, 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 piece. Click them all in, and there's nothing there really that's that tangible. There's nothing tangible that's locking it all together. And then when you turn the track upside down, there is another little piece to put the pad in. So rubber tracks. These tracks that you can see here, mate, these are rubber tracks. Okay. So let me just go back and scroll through some more comments. You've got to remember, this is like my first real attempt at any armour. Everybody knows that I am an aircraft builder. Houses modelling shed, your connection's very bad. I think it's StreamYard says to boldly go. You're stuttering a bit like normal, Collier. I had that last night as well. I am trying the laptop out tonight. If it does continue, I will change to the phone. Let's have a look. Top job, thanks a lot, AD. Hi guys, did you have any? No, we've done all that one. Hobby time and hi James. So back to the Facebook to carry on. And again, hopefully you can see I've gone not too over the top. The side skirts were a little bit of a blessing in disguise because it meant that I didn't have to stick a load of mud down these areas because I didn't really fancy that. Okay. Yeah, figures turned out all right. They were literally just airbrushed grey, airbrushed green, painted the faces with a little bit of Tamiya buff. Didn't a little bit of weathering on inside. That was just with some flory wash that 99% of us have got in a stash. Okay. Photographing an aircraft is what I'm used to. But not tank, not armor, especially with this great big bloody thing sticking out. So it was hard for me really to try and get an angle. I didn't want the cannon sort of like coming straight down here. Obviously, I've got this dude in. So I did want it offset, but it was which side do I offset it to? Is it going to be this side or this side? The turret does turn, so I can move it around. Okay, not that I will be doing a great deal of that. All right, baskets were not complicated. They were a bit fiddly. We'll leave it at that. Baskets were a little bit fiddly. Okay. And then other than that, yeah, it were all right. It weren't too bad at all. And a couple of comments on okay. We've got people that are selling, people that are printing and asking questions. So let's go on to Bridgie. Check my StreamYard again. Let's have a look. To say you're a Tonka builder, you've done a really good job there, mate. Cheers, Graham. Actually, appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that, Cocker. Because I'm not an armor builder. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. You can see me on my phone. I'm just trying to kick on the guys who are supposed to be coming on with me tonight. I did actually say 8 o'clock, and it is now only 7:20. And things happen in real life, obviously. Paul has seen the thumbs up, and hopefully he will click the link and come and join me. In the meantime, Mr. Bridge has just finished off his. Let me get back on Facebook. And back to me, you can tell I'm not technically minded, can't you? So, is the Facebook group just for club members? That's from AD. The short answer is yes. The long answer is not quite so much. For simple reason being, we do have distance members, as Dave has said. We do have distance members on. Were either born in or around the area and have moved away, or live not too far away that we wouldn't. If they could come, they'd come. And I'll give you an example of that. It's Paul. It's Paul from Merseyside, mate. Okay, so Paul from Merseyside, he does come. Not every time, obviously. Not every time. He comes when he can. So back to sharing my screen because I did have a little bit of an issue there. Let's try again. Let's try again. So and he said, "Yes, mate. I think it was Cosford, couple of since and Martin says here we have which I'm going to click in a minute. Let's have a look. Okay, so Adi says, okay, no problems, Mark. A bit far for me to come from Sweden then. We'd only meet on first and third Saturday a month, mate. So, fill your boots. Obviously, because it's not, it's a club. We are the difference between us and a lot of Facebook groups is we're a physical club, mate. We meet twice a month, and all the guys that I'm scrolling down, all the work, that they are guys that come. They are guys that come. So we do save membership really for club members, Cocker. So are you? And he's done that. Looks like a wraparound camo, Mark. Ma does like the little one in 72 things. Looks all right, that actually, doesn't it? Ma, you need some better pictures of that Cocker. Cutting nose off, dude, and cutting tail off. Come on, mate. And a little mirrored image so we can see under the belly as well. Tidy, mate. Let's see what everybody else has been up to. So Alistair, he's doing a camera by the looks of it. And we've got a little bit of masking on there. It looks like he's ready for the next colour on that one, which is cool. I'm guessing, is that a green now or is that a grey? Very hard to see that, mate. Very hard to see. But I'm sure that you'll. So, Craigie, we're all green. I know what you mean, Craigie. I think, Craig, that's a 3D printed. That is a 3D printed piece. And it looks like he's been putting a bit of colour down. He does like his armour, does our Craigie. I do like a bit. Well, I do like a bit of armour. I've built one chuffing tank. Some of the armour I like, obviously, with the windscreen there, so that you can do the masking tape and throw the dust at it, so that it looks like Looks like the windows are dusty. And the windscreen wiper's gone through. Just going to come back on and check my. And it looks like we've been doing a bit of buffering. Okay. Paul is. I'm gonna have to send him a message. Bear with me. Okay, let's see if we can get Paul on. So back to club. Let's have a little look. Dave says he can't come to club this week. What on earth? Clemmy's going to an air show. He had an operation on his ankle and he can't drive. Alistair Silver Sharpies made a fine. Okay, Paul says, look at that. I'm saying hit the link, and he's like, I'm trying to do it on my tablet, man. Bless you. Okay, yeah. And we've got, so I did a little bit of a guest appearance last night on the Black Rifle Model Works live stream. A little bit of pre-weathering there on the tank. Okay, Andy Preston, good evening. I am running a one-man show at the moment. Yeah, that was clean. And you can see a significant difference. I mean, all that now is caked up in mud and stuff. There we go. All that skirt now, both skirts, they're all full of some. Same for that side, and you can see I had a bloody breakage there on the plastic tow cable. All this back end is now all sludged up to the back hilt, and all that front end as well. Seen enough of that. Don't need to keep looking at my and I do keep buffering. I can appreciate that, but I am trying to keep it flowing. Craigie says, look, got all excited, then just realised we do the first and third Saturday of the month, as Craigie knows. And some months there are 5 days in the week. And the reason that we keep it as it is so that there's never any confusion. Hit one, miss one, hit one, miss one, hit one, miss one. No, it's always this. First and third Saturday of the month. Okay. And Bridgie says it's land. Yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass. I know it is. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Do keep dropping off for some reason. I'm not sure. Let's just have a look at what Paul's saying. Hopefully that's answered him. We were talking about the paints, or I was, should I say? Now, AFZ 251.D. Been working on this one on and off for 3 weeks now, and I quite like the result. And I'm probably going to do another one of these. And the other half, let's have a look at that. Yeah, tidy that, young Lou. Oh, yeah, magic. Oh, I love that. Yeah, lovely. Lots and lots of crap. Oh, tight as a drum. Tight as a drum is that one, old boy. Very nice piece. Nice little piece there, mate. Top. The difference between the laptop and the phone is a lot easier to operate than coming down on a laptop. A lot easier. I can't add pictures like this and show you what we've been up to. All we can do is chat along. Dave, actually, if you are still watching, mate, why don't we have a word with our Trev and see if he can get you next Saturday? That'd be handy. Might be able to. Okay, right. So we've caught up there. Let's go back to the StreamYard and have a look and see if a couple of people dropped off, and I don't blame you, to be fair. Sean is trying to trade his wares for our Hurricane builder, which means that the laptop is really as well. 3 days ago, happy birthday to you for that, mucker. Look at this. You Armour boys better watch out. I'm coming. Giving the lads a little bit of a "oh, does he think he is" moment there. And primed and mottled. That were 2 days ago. So to say that were 2 days ago, Bridgie is absolutely cracked on now to say it's at this sort of stage. And even again 3 days ago, myself nice and clean. I do like this. So Mark, right? So we've had people asking about joining the club. Now, Mark actually lives up in Durham, which is obviously quite a fair way away. However, we do know that Mark can get down to us. Mark can get down to us, and Thanks for sharing that one, Marco. Is very, very tempting. Very tempting. And that is he's just trying to get it onto his tablet at the moment. Okay, Rizdam Design, good evening. The audio, or if it's just the pictures. So we've all seen it, haven't we? We've all seen it, and I did say on a couple of the groups that if those numbers, I would have been down the bank in the morning with my balaclava on, getting ready to just pop inside for £100 odd quid to get that. Alice to there, 4 days of that. Okay, bargain. 1 in 16 Hobby Boss Tiger one for £60. Bloody love it, and can't wait to start. That's nice. And Andy is saying I could have picked something small both. Pop back over to StreamYard. And here we go. Here's the man himself. We've finally got him on. Same as it was before. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mr. Andrews.
Good evening, Paul.
Yeah, I am a bit of a. What are you laughing at? You know, I'm a bit of a technophobe.
No, because mate, that makes two of us. I've been on for quite a while now, scrolling through on the screen. You should be able to see where I'm up to. So that means that I've scrolled down 4 days worth.
4 days worth of what?
4 days worth. So I'm just going to continue and let you look.
Right. Okay. Well, it's very small. Everything's very small, Mark. How can I make that bigger? See, it's not the same as it was last time. You've been on for about 40 minutes, Mark.
Yes, mate.
How do I get it full screen? Oh, weird. No, I don't think I want
Louis
that.
sharing videos from across that. Tap your full screen on, Cocker, and then steady progress. Can't even talk. Steady progress on the Machine and Krieger 44 type. I think it was Tim Nichols that introduced us all to these, and Dougie, my sidekick admin down at the club, is on with that.
I've got terrible sound issues
out of Facebook and back onto StreamYard to see back in, which hopefully it will. 1, 2, 3. It keeps kicking us out, Paul, because my Tinterweb, unfortunately, is a little bit shite.
I was going to say you've absolutely completely frozen. I can hear you well
at the minute, mate. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know, mate.
I don't want to touch anything this end in case it.
Hold it there.
I don't want to touch anything this end, Mark, in case it screws the whole thing up.
Yeah, I don't know, mate.
I'm like you completely. You keep freezing and. How do I?
So, let me just have a look here. And put that into there. I'm now going to turn this one off.
Ooh, right, okay. Well, I've gone like super large. All I can see is me. Can you hear me, Mark?
Yes, I can hear you, love. I'm just going to pop in myself. Okay, I'm just going to pop in myself. I've turned the laptop off because absolutely does my boxing.
Okay. Well.
Absolutely does my boxing. So I'm back on the phone. Right, let's get that tilted that way.
Right, okay.
Let's get back on the phone. I've turned the laptop off. End of day. I mean, even in my voice, you can hear that it's sort of pepped up a little bit because laptops and computers, Paul, are not my bag. I could literally get an hammer and smash absolute car.
Yeah, man,
it does my tits in.
Yeah, totally, mate. I totally
Absolutely does my tits in.
So that's actually
So
not
I've come back onto the phone. Yeah, the only difference is, like I said, on a laptop you can open another screen and you can share a screen. With a phone, mate, you can't. You just can't do that. Okay. So let's go back through comments. Let me just have a look here. There are people that have obviously joined us. So 8 people watching. Paul is from the Wirral. Paul is classed as a distance member. Paul is just put in for his big bike test because he just rides a little putt at the moment, and it's 100 miles from Paul's house to the club, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, pretty much. It might actually be a little bit more. But yeah, I've been up once or twice. Well, I've been up in the car a couple of times, Mark, haven't I? Or once.
Mate.
But I've certainly came up on my little putt.
On the little putt.
That was brilliant. That was a good little day out. It took me bloody ages because my bum was killing me with sitting in that saddle all day. I think it stopped off about 8 times. Then he sat and decided it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love coming to club. I've said it before. If I lived, I'd love to live so much closer. Because I'd be at club every Saturday. The off, pal. What? Sorry.
You said that right from the off. The first time you came to club, we were down at Burnwood Centre, and right, we'd been chatting online.
I wish I had the house over the road there.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we were chatting online long before, and one day. Yeah. I can remember the day that you turned up because you told a couple of lads at club, but you didn't tell me. That's right, isn't it?
No, actually, no, I didn't tell anybody. Oh no, I think I told Rob. I think I told Canadian Rob.
You did.
You done the interview the other week. I think I told him. But I know as I walked through the door, Alistair was there. And he had to come in like that. Shh, don't say nothing. I think Bridgie was there. I was like, don't say nothing. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, totally, man. Yeah, I love it.
I do remember that on that particular day, I was on book.
That's right. Yeah, like supposed to pay me subs, and you were like,
yeah, mate. And obviously, I've got my head in book, checking folks' hard-earned cash off them and putting percentages into columns and savings money and one thing and another. Looked up, you stood there, and I'm like, "Oh, you are absolutely fucking joking."
Yeah. It was a good day.
So we do have people coming on to the Facebook page, but we do limit the amount of people that come on because you know, end of the day, Paul, how many Facebook groups are you a part of, mate?
I'm just trying to get me
1 or 2 or 10 or 20 or 30 or 40.
To be honest with you, I'm modelling groups over 100, but I really partake now. To be fair,
yeah, and me the same.
A lot of motorcycle clubs as well, but that's irrelevant. Like, but yeah, a lot of the model clubs don't even seem to post anymore because 32nd scale aircraft and larger. I've not seen any posts from them for a while.
Yeah,
I only build 32nd scale. Luftwaffe in scale. Not really seeing anything on them, you know.
Yeah. I think
the only real groups that I really interact with is obviously SESCU and Canadian Robs Model Makers Union. They're the only clubs I really interact with.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of groups.
Oh yeah, totally.
So that people can go on and the club Facebook page. You've seen. I know it's been intermittent, but you've seen, you know, 99.9% of the work that we put on there is from the lads that come.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah, totally, yeah.
Michael, go on. We've got a good evening from. Look at that, Paul.
From Germany, eh? Cool.
Yeah, mate. Absolutely.
Good evening, Michael.
An ADP as well. Look at this one, Paul.
Sweden. Brilliant. Woohoo!
Oh dear. Right. Tell me, Paul, what do you think to this 1 in 35 Tamiya Chieftain then, mate? How have I done?
I think you've done absolutely amazing. You know,
you are an armour builder, aren't you?
Yeah.
You are.
I really do enjoy armour. I enjoy armour as much as I do all my other subjects. You know, I build. My favourite subject is 32nd scale aircraft, whether it be jets or, you know, World War II subjects. One thing I haven't done, and I don't know whether I'd like to, would be, you know, like a biplane of World War I era. I don't think I'd fancy one of them. Although, again, I suppose I should, but then it's another genre, and it's like they're expensive.
I couldn't tackle that, mate.
I think I'd like to give it a go.
Like to give it a go?
But yeah, it's. Do you know what?
It's one of them things, mate.
Yeah, I've lost my train of thought, to be honest, Mark. I mean,
I think that if I tried to take something like that on, mate, for me personally, that would be an absolute mojo killer.
Just going back to armour, though. I mean, yeah, I love armour. I went through a stage of like, I think I built armour like kit after kit after kit after kit a few times, you know, like.
Yes, because you normally change it up, mate. You will do an armour, then a World War II, then an helicopter, then a fast jet, then back to armour.
Yeah.
You'll add it on, don't you?
Yeah. That's obviously, it keeps it a little bit more exciting. It's, you know, it's different. But I did go through a phase where it was just like armour. But that was probably more buying armour rather than building it. But yeah, I mean,
I know what you mean.
But no, that's a cracking Chieftain, mate. I'm impressed with the figures because not a lot of people like doing figures, really. You know what I mean?
It weren't a cheats job, but it was a semi-cheats job. So it's obviously the figure, glue his arms on, sand the seam, put a bit of filler in, sand it off, primed it in grey. then painted it, literally just get it a squirt of paint in like an MRP olive drab. I used some Tamiya buff on his face. Red, then white, then blue on the berets to put them in with the tank boys. And then just get it a flory wash, mate. Just a flory wash.
Yeah. There's obviously loads of tutorials out there, but
Yeah. I don't think that I needed them. Not because I know what I'm doing, but for a 1 in 35, I think that the way that I've done it's adequate. It's adequate.
It's more than adequate. Oh, the figures, the figures are sound. The actual, but the tank itself is absolutely brilliant. Super impressed. Considering you've been so reluctant over the past 6, 12 months, 18 months, whatever.
Yeah.
You've been, you've been so reluctant, and then you've gone and done it, and it's like, and I reckon you've well got the armour bug now. I see you post about going to Telford.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no. I have actually got the turret off at the moment, and the reason for that is because I found out that this particular piece,
right?
I will tip it up in a moment. That's a searchlight.
Right. Okay.
And again, I showed it on my photos, Paul. Obviously, I'd painted it olive drab, the same colour as the tank. But what I've done since then is I've filled it with some PVA crystal clear.
Right.
Obviously, but if I leave it sat on the tank like that, all that PVA glue is going to droop down.
Oh, so you've just recently done that then?
Yeah, just recently, mate. So I've actually got it stood up like that up on my bench, and I've got the barrel. I've got the barrel with some masking tape on it, so that it's vertical, and that's flat, mate. So hopefully that's going to settle down overnight.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it with a toothpick or anything like that.
You know, another good way of doing it would have been to get something like, like a packet of ham, cut a circle out, and there's your glass lens.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
The package that you process, your meat comes in.
Yeah.
You've got a good wash. It's like really simple. At the end of the day, it's like clear plastic card. You know what I mean?
I have got. Let me just reach up here, and you know that I've got this. And I were hoping that, in fact, I'll get your opinion on it, and I'll get anybody else's opinion as well. While I am going to show you something, you can post in the comments and tell me what you think. I don't really want to stand up because I know my big belly sticks out, but I've actually got a roll of that.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Myself personally, I'd have cut a circle out, put that down, and then try to find some sort of clear lens material, i.e. a packet of ham.
Yeah, or some sheet of acetate, basically some clear plastic.
Yeah. Like I've got. You can't really see it, but I've got that. I've got that chrome tape mark for the oleos on the Spitfire wheels.
Yeah,
you can't really see it in there.
Absolutely. There's no. I suppose that's my lad that's just coming from his day out. There's no to stop me. Evening, George. There's some tea in the kitchen, cocker outside. Microwave it for a minute, you'll be fine. Real life. There's no to stop me from getting that circle cutter, cutting out a circle of that tape, pouring it on, and then putting. Well, do you know what? I could even just put a bit of super clear gloss over it.
Yeah.
Or like you said, some very thin acetate, just something. I think the acetate.
At the end of it, at the end of the day, see how that turns out. Because if you're not happy with it, it'd be easy enough to clean up.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
You'll be able to peel that off like a piece of tape. If it's good PVA, right?
The other lens, because there is two lights on this, and the. Bear with me. Go on. All right. Okay. There. That's it. The other lens. Where's my camera? It's over there. The other lens is. I'm going to move my flag out away.
Yeah,
My other lens is just there. Look under my finger.
Like yeah.
And that is also. Where's it gone? I've had it out. That is also micro crystal clear.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And that's actually turned out. That's turned out lovely as that, mate.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. I did give you a little bit of a mention earlier. We were talking about the aerials, the antenna. Can you see my club, my flag there, mate?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I spotted that earlier. Yeah, yeah, totally.
And Meoni and Jack flying.
Yeah, man, cool. What did you actually end up using for the aerials? Did you use? Is it stretch brew?
No, it's a little bit of 5mm lead wire, which is why it's curvy, kinky, bendy.
Yeah.
But even though it's in, I can quite easily pull that out and put some. Do you know what? When we were talking the other day, and you said, "Oh, just get a piece of guitar wire, guitar string," and I was so thrown on. Well, I know a guitar. Look at me, I'm playing air guitar. I know a guitar, but obviously the top string is really thick, and the further down the fret you go, the wire is thin.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that if I go onto Google, eBay, whatever, and type in guitar string, it's going to say, well, which one do you want? And I don't know, mate.
Well, I think the problem that it's being able to buy them in singles. You used to be able to. You possibly still can, but if you're going to go for it, Google high B and high E guitar strings. That's all.
I'll make a note of that, Cocker. High B and high E.
Yeah. They should work out at about like sort of 9 gauge, 0.009 or something will come out at.
High B and high E guitar.
But like I said, Mark, you might have to. I don't know whether you might have to actually go to a guitar shop, a music shop.
Yeah, I think there's one in. I think there's one in Wakefield, mate. Next,
a guitar shop will have them in singles. If you go on eBay or Amazon or that, they'll probably just do sets. But even then, sets less than a $5. You got aerials and other wiry, hosey. Wiry, hosey, cabley things for the rest of your modelling career, like
yeah.
The high B string and the high E string, that's 10. Well, the L20 tanks with aerials.
That's if I build 10 or 20 tanks.
A guitar string is about maybe a meter long, maybe a bit more. I'm not too sure. You're only using a couple of inches of it for your aerial. Look at me mud. Look at me mud, it's all muddy. Cool, man, nice one. It's like you're using your new pigments. Yeah, cool, that's the one. How did you get on with the tracks, all right?
Rubber tracks.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, rubber tracks sound better than the Tacom offering that I was talking about earlier. Definitely better. Where's he gone? Where you gone? Disappeared, and hopefully I've frozen for a second. While I just get this invitation sent out. To one of the guys. But for some reason, not playing at all. Here we
Sorry.
go. Oh, no.
I've left one of the cats out in the yard. All
right.
to come in.
Right.
So yeah, anyway, but yeah, so your tracks, Mark.
Yeah.
So you decided to stick with the rubber ones.
Yes, I did.
Right, hang on a minute. You frozen? Oh yeah, I know you're moving again.
Yeah, I have frozen. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to do something while we are chatting. I am still here though, mate.
Yeah, sound. So have you made your mind up what you're going to do with them other tracks? With the tack-on ones, the individual links? You're just going to
not doing out with them. Not doing anything with them really, mate. Just sat here now in the box. Yeah, just sat here in the box, Cocker.
Young Lewis might buy them off you.
I'm not. I think because I've bitched and moaned about them, Paul, that much.
Right.
That I think I'd be a bit reluctant to. Yeah, I have frozen, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I should be back. We're supposed to have Rue and Jean on tonight. I did message him a little bit earlier, so I've just copied the link and sent that. But again, because I'm on my phone, I can only do the one screen thing. Am I still with you, mate?
Yeah, so I've got your sound now. I'm just having a little mess about my own screen because I've got over here on one side because I was getting comments up before. They seem to have gone.
We're all right.
Yeah, it's still cool.
Still cool.
I'm just having a little mess about with myself. You know what I mean?
Just you can't. Don't say that.
I'm messing about with the thing with myself. I'm not messing about with myself. Shut up! Stop it!
Bless you. So that covers the light, the tracks, the mud effects with that Umbro weathering powder.
Did you get did the tracks go on okay? Yeah, you leave your idler wheel off.
I didn't need to, mate.
Did it? Okay. Did it just stretch on? Did it?
Yeah, literally. So I know that somebody had said to me, whatever you do not use the hot screwdriver thing and melt it down.
Right, okay.
I did.
Yeah, that's the way I've always done rubber tracks. I mean...
Yeah, it worked. It worked absolutely sound. I heated up...
Yeah, man.
I heated up... where are they gone? I put my lighter on my big fat tweezers.
Yeah.
And melted them, stretched it over, and they went on absolutely fine, no problem at all.
Yeah. Well, I've heard people like this. People staple them and people sew them. But yeah, melting them, I've never had a problem.
And do you know what, Paul? They're as tight as a drum as well. They're absolutely spot on, mate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. People don't like rubber tracks. They don't bother me.
I do like the link, the two links and the pin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like them tracks that I done on the. I can't remember whether on the missile launcher or the howitzer, but they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant tracks, mate.
I was chatting last night to the lads at Black Rifle.
Yeah.
And here we go, Rowan Jean. Hey,
oh, boy.
Let's say good evening to Andy before we carry on.
Hello, everybody. Hey up, matey. How you doing?
Andy?
Sam, mate, you're all right.
Not so bad.
Was our Genius?
Genius is in bed. She's not so good.
Oh, right, okay. Not so good. Send her our love, mate.
I will do, mate. No worries. So what we up to tonight?
We've been we started off on laptop, Andy, because I've been able to share screen.
Right.
But unfortunately, that kept hitting and missing. So literally the first 40 minutes of the live stream, because we've been on for 40 minutes, the first 40 minutes were hit and miss.
Yeah.
And then subsequently, I've changed to the phone because it never skips a beat.
No.
Never skips a beat.
Right.
But obviously the problem with the phone is, though, Mark, and you can't like post up.
Yeah,
You
I can't.
You can't
I
post
can't put any pictures up. I can't put any pictures up, unfortunately.
Which is a shame, right?
But I have done that. I shared screen with Club's Facebook page and scrolled down about 4.5 days worth, mate. And shared on. We've had some questions about how can people join Club Facebook group, and I've said it is more geared towards people who come to Club.
Yeah. Hey, up,
Okay.
Bridget. You all right, Paul?
Yeah, Mr. Bridge is on. Mr. Bridge popped down today to see me for 10 minutes. He's borrowed my 3D Kits World decal pack for his recent acquisition, which is the Italieri 1 in 32 Tornado, and he wanted to see how they compared to the kit offering, not the kit offering, the big head set.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's no, you don't kit them 3D decals all day, mate.
Do you know what? He did actually. He went home and he rung me back straight away, and I said, "What do you think?" He went, "I'm gonna go with the 3D big head set because they do look really, really nice." And I've had a look, and they do look really nice.
Yeah, they are good, but the Red Fox, your Quinta, your Kits World, I mean, they're not as big as like variety wise as like Red Fox or Quinta. But
don't blag his head now because he's made his mind up, and he'll be commenting, going, "Oh, you're trashing me head."
No. Yeah, no, the Edward stuff is good. I've used it a few times. In fact,
it's the Edward stuff.
I've got the Edward stuff coming for me. Trumpeter 32 Avenger, but that's only because nobody's doing the 3D stuff for it yet.
All right, okay.
Right.
So, but yeah, I've used the Trumpeter stuff. I can't really remember in what, but I have used the Edward stuff. Sorry, and it is good. It is good, but it's not as good as it's not as good as the Red Fox or the Quinta.
There you go. There's a little comment off Mr. Bridge.
Sorry, Mark. Sorry, Allah.
It is what it is.
I mean, it is. That Quinta stuff and the Red Fox stuff is just like it. Have you used it, Mark?
Our associate in Canada.
What? Sorry.
Our associate in Canada, Mr. Robert Adams, has said that he has a Red Fox studio set at his house for me, and all I have to do is literally send him my name and address, and he will post that off to me. He told me that it must be 6 months ago, Paul, and because I trust him, because I know he ain't gonna use it, it's like, I will, mate, I'll send it you, and I never do.
Yeah, but you need the kit to go with it now. You're going to need the Italieri kit for it to go on.
That's definitely on the list for Telford.
Well, yeah. Well, then get Rob to send you the Red Fox stuff.
I will go. Anyway, let's drop on.
Have you seen it, Roo?
Pardon, mate?
Have you seen these 3D decals? You know, these interior Red Fox or Quinta.
No, it's something I haven't got into yet. But it's something I am looking into. And I've seen these 3D kits they've been doing for cockpits and stuff like that. They look pretty good.
That's
I
the stuff,
haven't-
mate. That's the stuff.
Yeah, that it.
It's
That you're talking about.
It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. It really is.
But do you need the sort of like the 20, 32, 24s to make it pay, or will 48? Will it pull the 48 up?
I think there's quite a bit of 48 stuff knocking about, and
All right.
I'm
Well,
sure
I've
there is.
Yeah, I have a couple of 32s coming up, so I might have a look and see if I can upgrade to
I
that sort
must
of thing.
admit, I'm sold on it myself personally. I'm sold on it.
Yeah,
Every airplane I build is if I can get it, if I can afford it, I'm having it because it is. Excuse me. It is a little bit expensive as well. Like you're looking at like between 20 and 30 quid per kit
yeah,
just for the cockpit instrument panels and stuff.
yeah.
You see, with that, Paul, I wouldn't use it on a 48 kit because
No,
a 48 kit you might be looking at really between 25, 65, 75 top end stuff. We know about that costs a fortune. But when you're putting more money into it than what it costs to buy the bloody thing, you have to draw a line somewhere.
Oh yeah. Like I said, myself personally, after the cockpit interior or after the cockpit details, I don't care. I'm not going to go out and buy resin engines or an ejector seat, for instance, or this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But I will do my utmost best to try and do the actual instrument panels and stuff.
Well, it is a focal
That
point
is
of
a
a
big
kit.
thing for me.
Yeah,
What's
it's a focal point in it for a kit, especially if you've got canopy open. Yeah, you know, I, as Mark knows, I've never been a big fan of open canopies for some reason. But with something like that in there, I think you have to go that way to accentuate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every one of my kits is open canopy. But going back though, I mean, like depending on the kit as well. I mean, like the Spitfire I've just done, it's a decal over raised instrument detail, and it looks brilliant. Same with the Smith 110. But this is like before you discovered like this Quinter and Red Fox.
Yeah.
Housey says he loves Red Fox and Quinter.
Yeah.
Okay. And Rob says yes. Yeah. Which one?
Either Red Fox or Quinter. The picture must have said.
No.
Have you not actually seen
Rob
any in the flesh?
Rob says, just got the 32nd Red Fox for the F-14. That was over 30 quid.
Yeah.
And Mark Lid, our Marky, says, I think the Quinter 3D are brilliant. Used it on my 1 in 48 F-22.
All right.
Now, Andy, what you're building an airliner at minute, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I've just got wings on today.
All right. How's it looking?
I see now. I fancy an airliner. I said that a few months ago, to be honest.
It hasn't been too bad so far.
What paint are you going to paint that way, Andy?
I'm going to rattle it, I think. I don't know.
What I do.
I mean, it's a big old thing.
Airliners in my stash.
Yeah.
You're going to use? Are you going to use a rattle can?
I might well do. Yeah. I haven't fully decided yet. As you can tell, it's primed now in white. I managed to get wings on, which were a twat to get on properly. The worst. It's the worst of the kit so far. Is the joint between fuselage and wings. But after a bit of hacking and bashing away and filing, they've got in. So hopefully I'll get a bit more done on that tomorrow. So
that's a 1 in 144, isn't it, mate?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's the Revel one. Yeah.
What kit is it? Is it that Zedver? What kit is it? Is it Revel? What?
It's Revel 144 first flight.
Right.
It's a big one.
I think a couple of airliners myself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing one to be. Well, do you know what? The closest I've got is the Space Shuttle. And that turned out absolutely fantastic. I did that for George. But Andy, as far as as far as going back to the Red Fox and Quinta, if you can drop on something that's a decent scale, and I don't mean that in a condescending way at all, but a 32 or a 24, that would, you know, really set off that decal, that set, worth looking at.
I've got a 32 262, is it? I've got a 32 Hurricane. I've got I've got a 24 Hurricane.
Which one?
The Airfix.
Airfix.
Yeah.
Is that the old one?
I think it probably will be the old one, knowing my look. So,
did you not pick up the 1 in 24 Spitfire at Diamond Dave's at Christmas?
No. No.
Nice that, you know.
Yeah, you did it, didn't you? Did you?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. That bloody did.
What I'm jealous about is Jane's got a 124 Mustang in her stash.
Oh, she.
Oh, yes. So that'll be fun to watch. You see something like these cockpit details, some of that size, it'll just totally lift it, won't it? It must do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal stuff. But as I say, again, the Edward stuff, it's good, but it's not the same. But yeah, it is good. But again, saying that, like I said, a decent instrument panel with a decent decal over it is just as good as plenty of solid set and
to conform.
The PVA and the dials.
I mean, all tricks I've tried before now. I've done that with cars, especially dashboards. Use especially with PVA just to sort of give it a lens on a dial or a pressure gauge or something like that. It just lifts it that little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's going back to that, Mark, with your tank and your searchlight. A little piece of acetate, that's your lens, you know what I mean?
A couple of comments just to chat about, so I'll put this one up so that you can see that. So Dave says, I fancy an airliner, an A380.
Yeah.
Graham, who I had the pleasure of meeting at Telford last year, says, I did the Iron Maiden Book of Souls World Tour airliner. Great build.
Right.
Graham, if you want to elaborate on that, mate, and tell us which kit that is, what scale, how much it was, etc., etc. And Bob from Illinois says, spend money on detail sets or another kit. I choose a kit. Now, Paul, that's going to open up a can of worms for you, because you do like to spend money on a kit, but also you've got this fascination with cockpit sets, haven't you, mate?
Yeah. But can you also say it's not a can of worms, it's a tin of beans? But yeah, no, I mean, I'm at a point in my stash now where the only way is up, kind of thing, with detail sets. I mean, I'm quite happy with my stash rather than buy a kit. Although saying that, there's still kits out there that I want, obviously, I mean, but the actual, like I said, a lot of people, there's people that go, the engines aren't quite right, the nacelles aren't quite there, you need to buy the resin ones, or the seat isn't quite right. Don't care. The actual instrument panels, absolutely.
It's got to be. The thing for me is I kind of swing a little bit with Bob, because I did buy the Kits World set for the Italieri Tornado, but that was primarily because you do not actually get any cockpit decals at all in that set. You don't get any.
Right, well, what did you actually get?
So I got the Kits World set.
Yeah, but
but at the time, the reason that I got that though, Paul, is because there wasn't a Quinta or a Red Fox available. That's the only one that were available.
I'm like, there's an example of
but-
Kitwell stuff there. I'm like, I don't even know why it. I don't even see that, like, but that's Kitwell.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's it.
That's for the Tamiya Phantom. But I think I've ended up using the instrument panel sections. I think for possibly the Eurofighter, but even things like the seat cushions, they're textured. It's not like a flat decal. It looks like a sewn cushion. It's got like a texture to it.
Yeah,
it's padded.
Same with the seat belts. It's bonkers how they've done it. To be fair, absolutely bonkers how they've done it.
Have a look at that comment there from Rob. He says if the chap has the 30-second Dauntless Quinta cockpit set is at Hannant's for £40.99 now.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
It's getting stupid money now, like, to be fair.
And then he has corrected himself and said, sorry, it's the Avenger, not the Dauntless.
It's not
fair play, Rob.
Right, okay. Put that
now, the other thing as well is, right, and obviously this is personal to me, the Tornado, as you know I love, and I think even if the Italieri kit had come with standard decals, I would have still been out and got the aftermarket set.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I was when I started my Spitfire, which I'm about to finish off now. The missus said she'd buy me the interior for it, and then I've had a look at it. I've gone like, okay, it's decent. It's Revel, from memory, from past experience. Yeah. The Messerschmitt 110 went down brilliant. The decals over the instrument, brilliant. So I thought, well, okay, I know they will go down good. So I went, you know what? I would rather save the money. I'd rather save the money and put it towards interior detail of a more expensive kit, or a kit that I'll be a bit more proud of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So now I know I've got money coming to me from the missus to upgrade the Avenger. If that makes sense.
What do you think then, as far as an airliner then, Paul? You sort of like nodded your head a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'd love an airliner or two, yeah. And I think that'd be something that I would build, wheels up and hang from the ceiling.
Yeah, well, I made a complete mess of undercarriage on this. So I've gone wheels up.
Because a lot of them, they come with the stands, do they? And they come with stands.
This hasn't, no. But I've got stuff.
But then again, quite easy to do a piece of acrylic rod, I suppose.
Yeah, I've got some rod, I've got some discs. But I'm thinking about doing something a bit different with it. With it being so long, doing something like a sweep on it to put on a plaque or something.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm going to order my new shed on Monday. So all my woodworking tools and welding bits are going in there now. So I'll be able to start prattling around again.
Welding. I'll be up to yours next week.
As far as Telford's concerned, Andy, you can't tell me that you haven't got something on the I've got to get that while I'm there list.
Well, to be totally honest, while everything's been going off with house move and this, that and other, I haven't put that much thought into it. But I have been thinking about a couple of cars and this, that, other, a couple of Formula 1 cars and whatever. But I haven't made me mix. I'm going to try and get a plan and then have a look. And, well, I know 99% of the time my plan will go to pot anyhow. But I'm putting some money away. I keep chipping and putting away. But I'm looking not for something special, but just something that's always gone, ooh, I want one of them. You know what I mean? Just something clicks, because there's I can't remember the name of the company that made it, but they made a speedway bike, the 12-valve Jawa. And I've been looking. But they're obviously out of production. The last one went for, I think, 170 quid just for kit. and I think that's pushing it a bit for me. So something like that crops up, you never know. But
Yeah.
The reason that I asked you two chaps on to come on to chat tonight was because there's been a new Airfix release this last week,
the Westwood.
and we've seen screenshots of the detail. Paul, I know that you are a 1 in 48 helicopter man and a 1 in 32 aircraft man, and you will not change. So that 1 in 48 Sea King, that's coming sort of like straight down at you. Gru, have you seen it? Paul, have you seen it? What's your thoughts?
I've seen photographs, but I haven't seen any detailed shots as yet. I was going to have a look earlier, but I've been reorganising my workbench, so I haven't had much chance to get on computer today. So, yeah, I'm going to have a look at it, see what I think.
Well,
By the looks of it,
the Airfix's own YouTube site is quite prolific for it, and Florrie Models has done an inbox review. Florrie Models, for some reason, whatever, no fair play to him, he got absolutely exclusive access to it, literally from the get-go.
Yeah,
he's been keeping that. Florrie Models have been keeping that secret for months.
Have they?
Yeah.
And fair play to him, like, you know what I mean. He's a good
like
guy.
I said when we were on the laptop, I've seen the box art, and obviously down here in this bottom left-hand corner it says 1 in 48. And if those numbers had have been different, if it had said 1 in 35, I would have snapped somebody's hands off. Let me just go back to the comments because I want to try and include Mark Lid into a comment here. Mark, if you're still watching, and hopefully you are, I'm going to put this comment up for you, Mark. And that's Bob from Illinois saying not to change the subject. Bob, feel free to change the subject at any time. What's everybody's opinion of the 1 in 32 Colt Air Spitfire? Now, I can't answer it, but I can. Paul, are you familiar with this kit?
I'm quite familiar. I personally, I believe that it's expensive for what it is. In the UK, it retails for about £90. Odd, you don't even get an engine.
Bloody hell!
I'd say it's on a par with the Rebel kit. From what I've seen of it. From what I've seen of it, yeah, very much so, yeah.
Well, I've had no experience of it, so I can't pass comment.
Well, I'm literally just finished. I've just got weathering to do on the Rebel Spitfire.
Yeah.
And that's been a really enjoyable kit, to be fair.
Right.
But as regards to that Qatari kit, I mean, for 90, I believe it retails for around £90, and it just doesn't seem justifiable.
Right.
There's not really extra special about it compared to the Rebel kit from what I've seen of the Qatari kit.
Yeah.
Mark brought it to the last club and opened the box, and I did have a look. I was looking, but because I've done the brand new Airfix 1 in 24 Spitfire, that for me, that's the benchmark.
That's the pinnacle of Spitfires.
That's 80 quid. It's 1 in 24. It's gun base, engine. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. I think that's what it is with the Qatari one. You don't even get the engine, you know. It's not much different to the Rebel kit. But then again, saying that, the Rebel kit I've got is actually quite rare, from what I remember. I mean, some of the newer Rebel, you know, it's not the same mark. It's an early Spitfire rather than a later one, which is what the Rebel kits are easy to get hold of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Rebel kits that are easier to get hold of are the later version Spitfires, whereas the Qatari one and the Spitfire I'm doing are early versions.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but for the money.
Just back to comments then. So Bob asking about that, and I've just popped Mark's comment up there. Had a look in the Qatari box. Detail is next level.
All right.
Well, again, I mean, from my experience, the Airfix one is just as good.
Okay. In relation to the Airfix Seeking, Bob says yes, looks magnificent, but
It is
then
looking good.
straight away says needs an aftermarket detailing set. Laugh my ass off.
Well, again, I mean, like some people are saying, "Oh, it hasn't got engines in it and stuff," but you know, the only other decent 48 Seeking was the Hasegawa, and that's like stupid expensive for what it
Right,
is.
okay.
Again, it's like the Qatari kit. It's a lot of money for not a lot of plastic. But then again, the Hasegawa kit is like rocking horse shit now. You know, it's really difficult to get hold of. And when you do, it's expensive.
We do love a bit of value for money. Graham, Gray's Models. Graham's from Cleethorpes, by the way. Graham says, can't remember the scale, but it was Revel, and I will be getting the new 1 in 48 Heli Seeking from Telford. 2 thumbs up and a tongue out face. Graham, make sure that you bump into me, mate, at Telford. I am there for both days with all the boys and girls from Sesco. Andy says we'll wait for the RAF version. Oh, now that's something I didn't think about.
Of what?
Seeking.
Right, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Well, some people might not really know about the new kit. Is it's actually just one helicopter.
Are we talking fact here, or are we talking opinion?
No, it's fact. It's actually just the one helicopter throughout its existence. There's markings for it from the day it was delivered to its current service status.
So Andy Preston saying we'll wait for the RAF version. It must mean the Dettel version then.
That might be so, but I'm assuming there won't be much difference in the way of the body or the actual kit itself. That just might be a decal option. But from what I know, the Airfix kit is, there's 4 versions in the box, but it's all the same helicopter. It's XV now 666 from its beginning to the way it stands now.
Let's just go back to Andy. Got different variations on the nose, I'm sure.
I'm not too sure about that, Andy, but it's XV 666, known as Damon because of 666. You know, everybody remembers the film The Omen. You know, but it's just a one aircraft, and the markings are for different stages in its career. If that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then Graham says, "Is that the yellow version then, Paul?"
I'm not too sure. I know the very first one is like a sort of like Royal Navy blue. The second version,
it's like a baby blue.
No, it's not a baby blue. It's almost like a Corsair blue. It's a very dark, very dark sea blue, and that's the very first incarnation of the actual helicopter in real life. The second version, it was painted grey.
I will bet as soon as Airfix did that social media thing on Facebook the other day, I will bet one of the biggest hits on Google that day was Seeking helicopter, with people looking for different liveries and things. We've got a question for you then, Paul.
Probably me. Is he taking the mickey out of my bald spot?
I'm not sure.
It's an alarm sensor. Bit look of it, mate. Have you got an alarm behind you?
Rob says, I build everything with the nose closed. anyway, as long as the cockpit looks good or without 3D set, I'm happy. I think that's the sort of like camp that I sit in. And a reply from Andy. Yes, that's the yellow version, Gaz. Yellow?
I don't think there is. I don't know. As I say, I've suggested people want to check it out. Go and check out Florrie Models, or even the Airfix YouTube reveal. I'm pretty certain that there's a dark blue version, there's a grey version. I think there's like a grey version with orange sections on it, and then the actual aircraft it's based on is actually still flying now. And again, it's like a grey version with a different colour orange in different places. If that makes sense. And it's still operational today. XV666 Damon.
Yellow is cheers, Bob. Yellow is, as we all know, a nightmare colour to put down. However, over the last couple of years, Mr. Barraclough, Ian, I do believe it is, has done, I think he's done some kind of Wessex helicopter on a little diorama on a grass verge, and that's one of the best models I've ever seen. I think I was fortunate enough to see that at Bolton in about 2020, might have even been 2019. That was absolutely superb. And Rob says orange and white Coast Guard. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I don't think that's available because it's actually just it's only a British made helicopter. There's no Coast Guard. We haven't got a Coast Guard. We've got search and rescue. It's a British. It's not even a Sikorsky Sea King. It's a Westland Sea King. I mean, that's probably not for anybody like, but.
Let me just get a couple of these comments up for you to chew over. Bob's had to go. Fair play. See you later, Bob. And so if I put this one up, then Paul. So Florrie, Phil said they're bringing out an RAF version later. Then Rob says.
That's fine.
Then Rob says orange and white Coast Guard. Obviously, we've just chatted about that. Or Navy, he says. Graham says they used to fly the RAF yellow over the East Coast to the rigs, but then they retired it. Now fly a different heli, red and white, air, sea, and rescue. Thumbs up.
Excellent.
And then Housey says, I think the Sea King had an ASAC Mark 7 variant. That is over my head. I've got to be absolutely honest. What are we talking about here?
I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but there's the versions you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you see that? Oh,
yeah.
Anyway. Let me try and get that back up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please put your tray back in the upright position and affix your seat belts. Thank you for joining us this evening on Mark Andrews Model Vlog with Rue and Jean, and same as it was before. We hope you've enjoyed your flight and wish you a very pleasant holiday. And he's back in the room. Cool.
Over to you, Paul.
I believe these are the versions that you can do in the box. It's not as good a picture as before, but like obviously you can see there's a blue one, there's an orange and what looks like grey, there's an all grey one, and there's a different orange and grey one. I think, and as I say, it's just a one aircraft. It's just a one, but it represents.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that at Telford,
and everybody wants one.
I know at Telford it will be. I know at Telford it will be a highly sought after kit. I know at Telford if Airfix are there, they will have every variant that the Paul's just shown us built on the stands.
Well,
and it'll be a lovely display.
yeah, well, as I say, I believe I didn't watch it all, but I think the Airfix YouTube channel thing actually displayed all of them built up.
Yeah, Housey says this was the yellow. This was the yellow version. That it must mean the Sea King with the ASAC Mark 7 variant. I've popped that comment on. This was the yellow version. Dave, obviously you're well adversed on what it is as well as Paul, and we shall just have to wait and see, won't we? We'll have to wait and see.
My point is, Mark, is it's just one aircraft. You like, for instance, you've got this Spitfire with that registration.
Yeah.
Now that wouldn't have changed. That the helicopter in the Airfix kit is the same helicopter. It's no different. There's different aerials in its life and shit like that.
Yeah.
They've had different aerials on it as like radios progressed and all that, but it's exactly the same airframe. It's like having your car with a different paint job, or your car with a different radio, or your car with a different interior. It's the same
car.
It's exactly the same car. It's the same plane. It's the same airframe. It's not like, oh, it's a Sea King that would have carried torpedo bombs.
Have we got any dimensions? Have we got any dimensions on this kit yet?
Well, just going off.
Because, well, the reason that I'm saying that, Paul, is because in my cabinet, as you know, I've got the Hind, the 1 in 35 trumpeter Hind.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely enormous. And I've also got the one that I got off you. That's a Sikorsky CH-53, I think.
Well, it's going to be a little bit smaller than that Sikorsky.
The thing that I do like about the Sea King, there's one at Doncaster Air Museum, and it's absolutely enormous in its height.
Yeah,
it's almost like a humpback whale with this massive big.
That sounds like you're thinking of a Wessex.
That's down at Newark.
I'm sure it's a Sea King.
There is a Sea King at Doncaster, but I know
there isn't.
Yeah, but I know what Paul's talking about is the Wessex, and there's one of those at Newark just as you're sort of coming out or going in. But that's a Wessex.
ADP says it's the 666 Damien variant in 4 different stages of its life, which is a good idea from Airfix.
Yeah,
and I am going to show because I don't want to cause an argument on a live stream, obviously. But Andy says, he says, Paul, you're wrong. You need to Google the answer, which is why I said to you, is this fact or opinion?
Wait, the answer to what? I don't know what the problem was.
We'll have a. I'm sure Andy will comment further. Andy, obviously, let's have a look at what you mean.
What do you mean, Andy? I mean, I don't know what he means. I'm wrong.
Yeah. We'll have a look at that. I have not researched it myself at all. Obviously, from my point of view, it's a no Airfix kit. It's a no tool. The thing that I've been, I hope, Craig, the thing that I've been watching with great fascination over the last couple of days about this new tool is that, and I didn't even know these people existed. Apparently, there are people existing. They're called Airfix bashers who can't wait to just bash a new Airfix kit down, and I'm certainly not one of them. For me, I've beaten technology, says Craig. Well done, Cocker. I'll catch you up in a minute. Once I built this 1 in 24 Spitfire, I said Airfix for me have turned a corner. The tooling is absolutely fantastic. Paul Patton built it, and he's not an aircraft builder at all, and he loved it. But there are certain people across the Facebook platform that beat it down. I think Airfix, British institution, company, Renaissance period, on the up, and I'm not into Airfix bashing.
No, I can't see it point. As you two guys will know, that
I don't bash them. I mean,
Airfix are just everybody started with Airfix when we were kids. You know, we didn't know anything different. Well, I didn't anyhow. When I first started, it was always Spitfire, Hurricane, all that sort of stuff. So to knock them, and if you watch the documentary program that they did on it, the guy there is so enthusiastic about getting them right, and the amount of trouble they go to, not just with aircraft, but with the trains as well, to get the sounds right, the colours right, all that sort of thing. I don't think you can knock a company like that that's got that sort of commitment to bring the model of something you want to cherish into your house. I can't see point. I just can't see point of bashing Airfix at all.
No, I'm sure that it'll all come out in the wash. Recess rivets versus popped rivets. There's no such thing as a recess rivet, because a rivet from a rivet gun leaves a domed head.
Yeah,
etc., etc. Look, let's see what it looks like in the flesh, and as individuals, then we can all go away and take away what we want from out of this no release.
At the end of the day, what I've seen of it, I want one. Simple as.
Yeah.
You can't say further than that. I was looking at that Bond bug that they brought out.
Like I said, the only other variant is a Hasegawa, and it's ancient.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Florey picked up on rivets, but you can't replicate 48 scale rivets, pop rivets, because it'll just look stupid.
Dave Housecroft, he's cheating for us. And I know that you're still watching, Dave, and thanks a lot, mate. Dave is he's Googling answers that are hopefully going to shed a little bit of light. I'm not going to say that are going to put this to bed. Is Googling stuff. So one of the things he's put there, did you know that the Sea King was a variant from Sikorsky S61? No, I didn't. And Andy says, it's a super kit, best on the market. Andy, mate, I do like to build an helicopter. I really do. I've done a Chinook. I've done the 53. I've done the beautiful Hind that I got off Dave. And I'm not going to say no, to a new tool, Airfix, 1 in 48.
Sea King. It's an iconic.
Absolutely. We talk about that on Spotlight Star. And do you know what? The funny thing is with that, actually, thinking back, how many people on Spotlight Star have mentioned what kits have you got to have built? Nobody said an helicopter.
No. I think I've only ever built 2. I've only built 2.
What have you done, Andy?
I've done Apache and I've done the Sea King, the 172, the old tool, the Airfix. That was Air Sea Rescue one, if you remember.
I do remember it, mate. Absolutely. So do you think that could be on your list? Oh, Andy's. Craig, let's start with Craigie. Craigie says, I would love the 1 in 35 AH7 links. I think that's going back to Craigie's army days, the links.
Well,
and I have actually got
scale links about.
Yeah, I've done a 1 in 72. Andy, look at this. Links. Look at that from Andy.
600 mil.
For what?
For the Sea King.
No, that can't be right. It's not that big.
Just short of 2 foot.
No, it can't be that big. Just
It's
check
not.
that. I wonder if
600
that's
mil,
with.
600 mil,
That's
60
from-
centimetres.
That's from the tip of the tail to the tip of the rotor blade that's facing forward, possibly.
Yeah, so 600 millimetres is
1.4.
60 centimetres.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite big.
So that's 23 3/4 of an inch.
That's huge.
That's a big darling. You know, you
It's
have
not
that
that
question
big.
about Telford. I think I might be looking at one of them if it's that big.
Let's right, hold it there. Let's go back to comments. Plastic Alchemist says hello there and good evening. Mr. Bridge says have done the Revel 1 in 48 Chinny. I did the Italieri 1 in 48 Chinny. Frank says my eyes and ears are open, mouth is closed. You got the podium. Not sure what you mean by that, Frank. And Plastic Alchemist again says the Seeking is absolutely amazing. I truly loved it. You're going to buy one, Andy?
Well, now I've seen that, I mean, that's going to be a hell of a thing to look at, isn't it? That sort of size.
I'm going to buy one.
It's 460 mil.
460 mil.
460 mil, yeah.
460.
Get your tape measure out, Andy.
Rotor
Even
blade,
460 mil.
That's 18 inch.
rotor
That's a
diameter.
good size.
460 mil.
Yeah,
It's 46 centimetres, isn't it?
that's
So that's
overall. That's overall. That's not. That won't be cockpit to tail. That'll be cockpit plus rotor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rotor. To put it simply, rotor diameter is, for want of a better fucking size, 400 mil diameter. It's 397, but you may as well call it 400 for the hell of it.
That's over a foot.
400 mil, which is about that diameter on the rotor.
What did he say? 40 mil?
400 mil, Roo, on the diameter of the rotor.
That's 15 3/4 inch.
We'll be happy with that, Andy.
Yeah.
Let's go back to comments. Let's see. So look at that one.
I've seen me making a list before long to go to Telford with.
I'll see. I didn't want one until now. Derek,
Just
yeah,
go back
look at
there,
Derek.
you know, like.
What's Derek put there?
Derek, if you buy and build helicopter models, you don't build them with the rotors folded. Sorry, mate. That's cheating. Build the
Why
next
is that,
bench
Paul?
on your house, mate, for displaying.
So that again.
You don't build helicopter models with rotors folded
Why?
because I said so.
Oh, brilliant! I love it.
I could use another. I could phrase it differently, but a lot of people might not like it.
No.
Yeah, no. It's a family show. Let's keep it clean.
And I like it. And I'm being honest. I'm just being humorous, but I don't see the point. It's like open cockpit, closed cockpit. You know, helicopters, rotors open all day.
Yeah.
Mark Liddell
I
says,
appreciate that, but there are situations where somebody might need to have them folded or whatever. But it's there.
Yeah, if you haven't got the space, but if you haven't got the space, you don't buy helicopter models.
And don't you think helicopters are superb for hanging up front ceiling though, Paul?
No,
no.
no.
Where have you got that from?
I've no idea. I just thought about it. It didn't make sense when I said it.
Right, look at what Liz said.
Yeah.
Look at what Mark Liz said.
I'm getting one so I don't feel left out. It'd be good for an open day when somebody turns up and every single one of us is doing a 148 bloody Seeking. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Rob says, I do build 35th helis. May have to get the Seeking though. And Plastic Alchemist says, I can assure you. that no detailing is necessary. The only frustrating part is that all the hard work gets hidden, and I completely see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Plastic Alchemist, we know it's there, and that's where we get the joy from. We know it's
That's
there.
the same as the. Isn't that the same as the Border Lancaster with all that interior, Paul?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know it's
All
there.
there.
Everything that, all of my kit's there. I mean, like, you look behind there's gas tanks and cables and stuff behind bulkheads you're never going to see, but I know it's there, and that's where I get my joy.
It's part of the enjoyment, mate. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It was saying with that Wellington I've just built. I mean, there's loads of stuff in there, and it's all there. And like you say, Mark, it's my kit's going on. But end of the day, you can't see bugger all of it. And I mean, unless you do well, you can't, can you? Unless you do an exploded version or a cutaway version,
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
You could take photographs as you're building it and then leave a little thumbnail photographs next to the model when it's standing. Well, it's in there. I don't believe it. Well, it is. Honestly, it's there.
But, do you not find it frustrating that because listen, I build models, you build models, right? And you've got a room. I've got cabinets. I find it frustrating that when I get people that come into my shed, which they do, and I say, oh, you ought to see the interior detail in this. Oh, show me then. No, I can't. I've boxed it all in.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
Just pull the instructions out, say, I put all this in, and I assure you it's all detailed and painted and weathered properly.
Yeah. Plastic Alchemist. There's the only thing is for sure is that no American versions will be out regarding other versions. Airfix didn't disclose anything.
It's not even an American aircraft.
No, it's not.
It's built under license from Sikorsky by Westland. So in reality, it's not really a Sea King.
Let's not go there.
No. Been a bit of a build there, mate.
Right, let's face it, everybody knows the Sea King as the helicopter that rescued, was it Apollo 11 or whatever? That's what everybody's image of the Westland Sea King, the Sea King is, I'm pretty sure.
I can, the image that sticks with me was Sea King of the Falklands.
Yes.
Well,
you remember that one? That sort of sticks in my mind. Nah.
Same with the Wessex I just showed you before, dude. That was very much a Falklands bird.
Yeah.
More so than the Sea King, to be fair.
It's the big ugly thing, is that Wessex, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But I like helicopters.
I'm gonna say, listen. I mean, we're grown old farts, right? But don't we love this hobby?
Oh God, yeah. Apart from when you're doing an engine like I'm doing here, and I'm trying to do manifolds, and I put all headers in, and they've all dropped out, and I can't remember what bastard sequence to go back in. So I'm going to have to start again on that. Yeah, I mean, I love it now. It's my thing. I've done all sorts in my life, but now I'm getting an old fogey. But I'm right enjoying it. I mean, clubs, as you know, is really special to me, and everyone in it is very special to me.
Very much so.
It's just a case of, it's nice to come up here and just chill out and do and create something.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hide the comments just for a minute because obviously I have comments down my side. Andy, so you've back to club. So you've sent me a message today, and I'm guessing it's regarding the whats.
Yes.
Well, I'm going for a toilet break.
All right, then,
right,
mate.
go on. So while it's me and Andy, I have actually got them up here, so I am going to get them down. I hope my belly don't come out again. So Andy Andy did us a fantastic service, and I've got the box out, so I am going to show the people that are watching. We've got 14 people watching. Andy, we talked about this a couple of episodes back.
Yeah.
And we did take them to club, and we did show the people, and he sent you a message today saying a couple of weeks then, mate, Auntie.
Well, what he's done is he's been a bit quiet because he's very busy. And apparently each one takes an hour and a half to do. I don't know the process. I didn't ask him. But he said a couple of days they'll be ready. So I'm going to be getting a message from him or an email, and I'll organise going and picking them up, and then I'll bring down to club. So they should be done by then.
If you've got absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, that's the back, and you can see that it's a tile, and it has got the little rubber feet on it. But if I turn that round, I am going to take full credit for the design because I designed it. But it's actually a cup coaster made on a tile, and I'll just show you that picture again. So all I did with that, I went onto Google and typed in cloudy sky, overlaid the club Phoenix on it and put the name on it, turned it black and white in me camera settings, yeah, couple of coasters, very nice they are. So the guys at club have ordered quite a few of them, I think, Andy. Well, they're about 18 in total.
Thought it was 20, so it made 22.
Well, I might be 20.
Yeah, so
Might
they're doing
be
all right.
I'm expecting one.
What do you mean what do you mean expecting?
Expecting?
Yeah.
Why?
Expecting?
Do you not like understand English? Expecting. Or should I put it a different way? Demanding.
Get your money out, sunshine.
Yeah,
I'll be bringing
You'd already been mentioned, Paul.
Is it? You are
already been
now,
mentioned.
I'm just gonna try and with my little pinky. So there's the light that I filled with PVA. We talked about that earlier. It has been set now for a good couple of hours. Let me just get the pinky on it very, very carefully.
Now he's going to put a big fingerprint in it.
No, it's set. It's set, mate. It's set. So let me put my turret onto my carcass. Let me put my turret on my carcass. Live on air. Been there before. And straighten my flag out. And straighten my Sesco flag out. And there you go. Where's my camera? So there you go. There it is. Mudded up to the absolute hill.
Absolutely sweet. That's it, man. I think you should give up tornadoes.
There's my last. There's my last build, the Tamiya 1 in 35 Chieftain. And you can see down the side all the mud effects. It actually, the camera is highlighting it really, really light. It is actually a lot more subtle than what it looks. I nearly chuffing dropped it then. The camera is making it look really light. All the top, I'm going to say gorgeous, beautifully weathered, subtly weathered, with all those Humbrol powders.
There you go.
And you know what, Paul? I'm actually quite proud of that, mate.
Yeah, totally. So you should be.
It's a cracking job, mate.
You know, see, you've been, you know, let's face it, you've been apprehensive about building a piece of armour for a good while, haven't you?
Look at this.
What the Benz aerial?
Sesco flag.
Sesco flag and Union Jack on back.
Can't knock it, mate. Can't knock it.
Do you know what? I can't wait to take it down to club and show like Craigie and, you know, the armour builders down there for them to have a proper deep dive into it and have a look. To say it's my first real armour kit, I'm quite happy with that. I just need to get that high B or high E guitar string, as Paul has recommended, for the aerial. And then, Craigie, if you are still watching, and hopefully you are, I do need your circle cutter, mate, for that, because I'm going to cut out a circle of that high gloss. I think you've already got a roll off me, because I do want to put one in there. And I've ordered, Paul.
Go on.
I've ordered, Paul.
Go on.
The Tamiya 1 in 35 stowage set.
All right. Okay.
From SGS Models, you get 3 or 4 rucksacks. You get tarpaulins, sleeping bags, oil drums. These, I did just paint it in MRP 381, which is a NATO green, and you can see that is, where's my camera? You can see that that's a little jerry can.
Yeah.
And you actually get 20 of them in the kit from Tamiya.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And obviously, because Sean is our associated model store, Dick Turpin wore a mask, but what he's got me that for is literally daylight robbery.
Sorry, mate. Happy
You can't
days.
say that.
I can't. Honestly, it is gonna go. I am gonna take it to work on Monday because Dale wants to have a look.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get them duffel bags on the top, and have a look at some of them. Let's go back.
You've got me fired up for a bit of armour now.
Which
we talked about the other night.
Let's go back to comments then, and we have been going for over 2 hours now. So Marky Bridge says, "I love my trips in the Wessex." Plastic Alchemist. We're not going to argue about this. I'm just going to go through comments. So blue, grey version, grey with red nose, grey with orange on the nose. Craigie says, "Don't mention the tracks." I do know what he means by that. Craig has actually messaged me this afternoon and said, "Mark, that's absolutely outstanding. Do you want to put your tracks on right way round?"
Hey, now come on. Hey, you let that one slide, didn't you?
Yeah, you did, didn't you, mate? Yeah, who had a go at me for putting on something backwards?
Kept that quiet,
listen,
didn't you? Hey,
listen. Right, as it happens, I can take the side skirts off. I can remove the tracks, and I can put them the right way around. Although to me, I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. Young Lewis Dell modelling says, "Better than my chieftain."
Hey up, Louis.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for years, you son. Craigie says, "I'm here." Plastic Alchemist, length 460 mil, width 397 mil, 348 pieces, and we haven't even talked about that. 348 pieces. Now, I'll give an indication. I will give you an indication there, because a Revel level 5 kit, anything above 150 pieces is a Revel level 5. So this one has got 348. That is amazing.
Right, I'll ask you a question now, because I did a new tool and I'm struggling to remember it, but they seem to make it where you've got more parts than you used to. You get I don't know, something daft like a joystick or a control thing comes in 2 halves rather than one.
Yeah,
I've found bits like that. Why have you done that? Why have you stayed with old one? Pardon?
Parts count. It's just down to parts count.
I'm like, can I just mention, like somebody mentioned, going back to that Qatari kit. Now the Qatari kit has got an awful lot of it's quality detail, but it's molded in. For me personally, I think that's harder to paint. It's molded on, Whereas the Revel kit, it's separate pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like say for instance, an oxygen bottle, or you know, a control wheel, or you know, some sort of valve. In the Qatari kit, it's molded. Whereas the Revel kit,
Yeah, you're right.
do you know what I mean?
You're right.
That then adds value for money. You know, parts count adds value for money. It's
Yeah,
more work.
absolutely.
Enough.
Mark Lid, if you're watching, mate, I know that you've said that the detail is stunning. If you're watching, let's have a little bit of why it's stunning, mate. Okay, because you've got me and Paul here. Paul's advocating that the Revel kit is equally as nice for not as much, and I'm saying for the Qatari kit at 90 quid, you can get the Airfix 1 in 24 for 80 quid. That's stunning detail.
Right.
So where does that put the Qatari? Have they out marketed themselves on doing that scale build and having built-in detail?
And at the end of the day as well, you've also got to consider the fact that, like, well, the fact that whatever, it's a lot of Wingnut Wings guys who've done this Qatari thing. Now, Wingnut Wings, as many people might know, is like absolutely phenomenal for World War One biplane stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely mind blowing. So why is this Qatari kit not mind blowing? Where's the engine?
Maybe it is mind blowing.
Where's the engine?
Yeah. Do you need an engine for it to be mind blowing?
No engine and still charge like close on to about 100 quid. I don't know. Well, it's just whatever.
Yeah, if you're getting a Revel kit with an engine in it, you know, and they're not.
Well, that's just it though. And no, you don't get an engine with the Revel kit neither. But
don't you?
The cockpit detail is on a similar par. It's on a level with the Qatari stuff.
Right.
You know, the Revel cockpit looks, the way I've done it, absolutely looks phenomenal. And the way I've seen it done on the Qatari kit looks phenomenal. But it's like, well, where's the money gone? Where's the money gone on the Qatari kit compared to the Revel kit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've had no experience with Qatari kits at all.
Well, no, this is actually the very first kit. This is the only kit they've released up to now.
Oh, right. Well, no wonder I haven't heard of them then.
Well, yeah. But as I said, it's all ex Wingnut. You're aware of Wingnut Wings, aren't you?
I've heard them, yeah. Heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I've had no personal experience of them,
but anyway, yeah, that's by the by.
Here we go, look. Very nice. As Gene once said to me, you had to get it out, didn't you?
You weren't, missus.
It's just a great kit, that. Great kit. I love it. It's full of bloody. Do you know what? The worst thing about building in a shed is I share it with spiders and shit.
I know. I can see all the cobwebs all over the aerial.
You can, mate. Yeah. Do you know what I've got in here? I have actually got. Let me see if I can find it. I've got one of our lass's old big fan makeup brushes.
Yeah. Every model needs to have one, mate. You know.
I use it for. I do use it for dusting down.
One of them, you mean?
Can't see you at the minute because I'm just at the other side of the shed. But if you're holding some kind of big dusting brush up, I'm just going to say yeah.
Yeah, well, you are correct then. Mine's even branded. Look, mine's an Avon one.
Oh, bloody hell, you posh bugger.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
Avon. Ding dong, Avon calling.
I must have one knocking about, but mine will be from Aldi's or Lidl or one or other. I can't say it all because everything's in a bit of a mess at the minute after today's activities. All right, I've noticed that Lidl are doing tanks this year.
Lidl have got 3 sets on, I do believe, because our Nige, who we've not seen for so long, has posted onto our group and said Lidl are doing these.
Yeah. There's one I recognise and one I didn't.
But the thing is, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, when you start building Airfix 1 in 24 Spitfires, and then you'll go down to an Airfix 1 in 72 kit from 30 years since, Andy.
No.
No.
It doesn't happen.
No. It doesn't happen in my shed. No. I don't care that the $6.99. I won't care if they were 99 pence. I still would not go and buy one and build it. I won't.
Yeah. But they are how can I say it? They are an introduction, but there again are the introduction where it's going to be too much hard work to get them to look right. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, surely they're aimed at like kids, really, aren't they? And you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, I was overthinking it a bit there, wasn't I?
Bit of adult input, they'll be fine.
Yeah. So get them down to open day.
An experienced modeler probably isn't going to go and buy that. Well, I don't know. I certainly, as Mark said, I certainly wouldn't buy it for myself. But you might buy it as a little present for your nephew or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I see your point there. Yeah, I do.
I'd say that's the sort of things they're aimed at, innit?
I might even have a go getting lads next door. We've got a couple of lads next door. I might see if they
try to influence them, innit? You know, it's like
they're a good set of lads and all. So I might just try them. One's a bit young and one's a bit like that with it. I might try and see what it goes like. So what's he doing now? Are you putting it back together now?
Yeah. My wheel fell off. I know.
The more you handle them, the more fucked up you get.
Do you know what? I'm a bugger, Paul, for not gluing wheels on my models.
All right, okay.
Why?
I'm a bugger for not doing. I don't know, Andy. I just, when it gets round to that stage, I put it on to test fit it and I leave it, and it's like, yep, that'll do. I'm a bugger for it, mate.
Well,
I really am.
I must admit, I occasionally glance over at my models and I look at them and I'm thinking, is that wheel bending? Is that wheel about just sitting on it, under its own weight? Is that wheel about to fucking snap off here now or what?
109 always get me for that because they're splayed undercarriage.
But
it's just like, what? How far did they stretch?
Yeah. I'm like, I've got my Eurofighter, and I bought the metal nose gear for it, which was recommended.
Right.
And even that looks like it's holding up, but it looks like the wheel is actually going to fall off the freaking landing gear. There's that much weight, and it's just like literally melting through the plastic of the wheel itself.
It always makes me laugh when you look at stuff like that. And the amount of punishment they take when they land, and they look as skinny as hell. Even Spitz
in real life, mate. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right, she's clean. She's going back over there.
Okay then, mate. Have you stuck it back together now?
Hang on a minute.
Yeah. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do the noise.
Yeah, totally.
Happy days.
You daft set of buggers.
Right, let me just have a look here. Let me get my mouse on and exit full screen for the last little push, because we have actually been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I don't know what you guys keep talking about. So 348 pieces. Marky Bridge has said, later boys, I'm off.
Mate. I don't think I'll be far behind him, to be honest.
No, we're just about wrapping it up. And last one that I'm going to say is Craigie says the Man SVR will be done for next club day. I do believe that's Craig's resin 3D printed hard as nails thing.
That's taken some doing from what I've seen. That has taken some right modifications. And the amount of votes you've got to jump through for that resin stuff. Bloody hell.
The thing is, Andy, as good as it is, right? As good as he makes that, has it got a Sesco flag hanging off the antenna?
Well, I think you've hit on a bit of a marquee thing there, yo. I think you should be producing flags left, right, and centre, and decals that signs of spits, tornadoes, and whatever. Stuff roundels. Let's just have a great big Sesco thing outside of it.
Yeah, but he'd have to supply each one with a guitar string, though.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I want a cut of that for my idea.
Well, I'll have a cut for actually getting it, the decals and whatever. And he can have a cut.
I wouldn't mind, like, but the aerial guitar thing, I'm like, it's well known in the modelling community. But I was doing it when I was a kid.
Well,
I was using guitar strings before I knew about stretch sprue.
Well, I've always done. I've never heard until tonight about the guitar string, but I've done the stretch sprue thing.
Yeah.
Well, we have now. Right, I'm going to wrap it up. 2 hours, 21 minutes. Listen, thanks to everybody that's watched for 1 minute, all the lot, however far in between. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in. Apologies for the start. I don't think I'm going to go down that route again on laptop. Bugger that. It just makes it so annoying. Thanks for all your comments as well with regarding to the what Sea King and everything else that everybody has interacted with. Thanks for the great comments about my beautiful tank. Craigie, I can't wait to show you at Club, mate, and I'll show you how it's done for real. From a tornado builder's point of view. And then finally, let me just check these comments. So Graham at Cleethorpes might try to bob over to Club next week if that's okay. Graham, we are at Upton Village Hall. If you just type that into Google Maps, mate, it'll bring you straight to us. And we are having putting a bit of a show on for everybody. Look, Craig's put ha 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 like that. We are gonna take some of our models up to show everybody. There's not many people watching now because we have been on a little while. And then finally, thank you ever so much to Paul for finally coming on, and to Rue, Geneless Rue, for coming on as well and joining me this evening. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll wrap it up. Paul, one last word.
Good evening, everybody, and enjoy the Sea King when you buy it.
Thank you very much. And Andy, a word from you.
It's good night from me, and it's good night from them.
Yeah, right. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.
All right then, guys. See you later. Bye.